Okay, so good day. We're going to discuss about multimeter, how to read the scale, the parts, and the function. Okay, so this is the image of multimeter, analog multimeter. Multimeter, also known as VOM or volt ohm meter, is a handheld tester used to measure electrical voltage, current, or the amperage, and resistance or ohms. Now let's go to the parts of multimeter. Needle or pointer. Needle or pointer is the needle-shaped rod that moves over the scale of a meter, points out the reading on the scale. So this is the needle pointer is responsible to point out uh, the reading on the scale. Okay, next is scale. This one, scale. The ohms or the ohm scale is for reading the resistance on the upper scale, and then the DC and AC scale for the voltage. Okay, on the lower part of uh, for the resistance or for the ohms. Okay, so it is a scale is a set of value for our reference. The third one is the dial infinity knob. Dial infinity knob. Dial or the infinity knob. This is the zero collector whenever you calibrate. The beginning as a zero voltages both the AC and the DC measurement. So infinity knob. So there is an indication on the scale infinite, katapat ng zero doon sa left side. So you have to adjust the dial infinity knob kung hindi doon nakatapat yung pointer or yung needle. Number 4 is the zero ohm adjuster knob. Adjustment knob is used to calibrate the multi-tester or the multimeter, or we call this as a VOM. So itong bilog na ito na nandito sa middle right side ng multimeter or ng tester, zero ohm adjuster. So how do we calibrate? We calibrate the tester by joining together the negative and the positive test probe test leads. So pinagsasama natin yon para makalibrate. And a calibration is used only when we are going to measure the resistance. Sa voltage, hindi na po siya applicable. So pag mag-test tayo ng voltage, automatic test na agad natin. There's no calibration. Ginagamit lang natin ng calibration doon sa pag-measure ng resistance. Okay, range selector. Number 5, range selector. Range selector knob, selector switch makes it possible to select different function and range of the meter. Color red for the range for AC or the alternating current, and the white range is for the direct current. It starts from 10, 50, 250, and 1000. Same with the red color red markings, AC or the alternating current. It starts from 10, 50, 250, and 1000. So be very careful to know if what kind or what type of voltage are you going to measure. Was it in a direct current or in an alternating current? Then the color green in this illustration is for the resistance or for the ohmmeter. So as you see there are multipliers times 1 times 10 times 100 times 1000 times 10,000. So why do we have multipliers? We have multipliers because the display on the scale just reached at about 2,000. Some tester the maximum value is 1,000, and in some tester or some brand 500. Okay, so how do we get 10,000, 1 million value kung ang display ng scale natin ay hanggang 500, hanggang 5,000, or hanggang 2,000? So by the use of these multipliers, i-compute natin yung reading doon na pinopoint ng needle, i-multiply natin doon sa range position kung anong multiplier yung ginamit natin. So makukuha natin yung actual reading. Okay. Dito naman sa lower left side na range position, ito naman yung para sa milliammeter. Okay, for measuring a small amount of current. Okay, and then we have black and red wire and test pins. So we call this as test probe. Okay, negative and positive test probes. So what is the function of test probe? A test probe is a physical device used to connect electronic test equipment to a device under test. Okay, so let's go now to the scale. So dito sa scale, makikita nyo po yung sa resistance, yung upper, color green, may symbol na omega, which is stands for ohms, for the resistance, yung upper. Okay. So before ko i-discuss kung paano po yan basahin, nilagyan ko na yan dyan ng mga values. Every graduation, dyan sa mga guhit-guhit na yan. Ano? So, before we start reading or using ohmmeter, we need to adjust the zero ohm adjustment calibration. So, naglagay ako dito ng note, zero ohm adjustment and calibration is used only in measuring resistance or ohms. Multipliers or yung range position such as times 1, times 10, times 1,000, times 10,000 are used for resistance reading. Doon lang po tayo magbe-base sa paggamit ng ohmmeter kung gagamit tayo ng resistance. So unahin na muna natin yung dito sa resistance. At ma-observe nyo din po sa scale, yung sa resistance, nag-start ang 0 doon sa right, going to left. So hindi po kayo malilito dito sa scale, no? While sa voltage, nag-start ang 0 sa left, going to right. Okay. Let's start. Ang needle naka-point sa 0.5 kasi itong scale natin hanggang 500 lang up to infinite. Excuse me. So, paano ko po nakuha yung value every graduation dito? So, the formula that I used is higher base number divided by number of graduation. So, what is the highest number here? 0, 1. So, bakit ginrupo ko po siya ng ganito? Kasi siya yung may kakaibang magkakagrupo. Meron siyang 0.5, then meron na siyang 1. So, kaya ang mangyayari, higher base number, which is 1, divided by number of graduation. Ay, ano yung graduation? Yan pong mga guhit-guhit na yan. So, bilangin natin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, 1 divided by 10 is equal to 0.1. So, kung ang value bawat graduation dyan ay 0.1, ang magiging value na nito is 0, and then 0.1 plus 0.1 equals to 0.2, plus 0.1 equals 0.3, plus 0.4 plus 0.1 equals 0.4. Then plus 0.1 is 0.5. Then just add, let us just add plus 1 plus 1, so 0.6, 0.7, 0.8, 0.9, then 1. Okay? Now, let us go here. Dito naman sa magkakagrupo na ito, kasi tiningnan ko muna yung yung number of graduation niya kung pantay-pantay ba. So magkakapareho yung number ng graduation niya diyan. So sila din ang magkakagrupo. So higher base number natin is 4 and our lower base number is 1. So higher base number, ang formula na ginamit ko naman dito para makuha ko higher base number minus lower base number. Ano yung higher base number natin? 4 minus lower base number 1 divided by number of graduation. Ilang number of graduation mayroon tayo? Bilangin natin start from 1. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 4 minus 1 is equal to 3 divided by number of graduation, which is bilang natin 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yes, 15. So, the answer is 0.2. So, 0.2 bawat graduation. So, add tayo. 1 plus 0.2 is equal to 1.2 plus 0.2 is 1.4 plus 0.2 0.6 plus 0.2, 0.8. So, ang basa dyan mula dito is 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.8, 2. Then, lahat na po itong graduation is 2. 2 equivalent to 2. So, 2 plus 0.2 is 2.2 plus 2 is 4 or 0.4. So, magiging na siyang 0.6, 0.8, 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.8, 4. So, ang basa dito, kapag dyan natapat yung needle, that would be 2.2, 2.4, 2.6, 2.8, and then 3. So just the same here. 3.2, 3.4, 3.6, 3.8, and 4. Dito, iniba ko naman ang grupo dito. Bakit grupo din itong dalawa ito? So as you see, sa decimal number, ang equivalent nito sa fraction is 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5 or 50%. So magkalahati ito. Isa-isa lang, 'di ba? 4 Ano susunod? 0.5 plus 0.5 whole number, magiging whole number na siyang 5. So, 0.5 ang isang graduation. So, 4 plus 0.5, pag natapat dyan ang needle, magiging siyang 4.5 and then 5. Another, dito, ginrupo ko din naman siya. Ginrupo ko din ditong part na to. So, bakit naging 1 naman siya? So, if we are going still, if we're going to use the formula, higher base number minus lower base number divided by number of graduation. So, 10 and 10 minus 5 divided by number of graduation. So, nakuha ko is 1. So, magiging na siyang 5 plus 1, 6 plus 1, 7 plus 1, 8 plus 1, 9 plus 1, 10. Okay. And then, bakit dito naman sa isang ito magkakagrupo? So, ayan, 20 minus 10 divided by number of graduation. So, nakuha natin ay 2. So, 10 plus 2, 12. Plus 2, 14. Plus 2, 16. Plus 2, 18. Plus 2, 20. Okay. Dito, magkaiba naman. So, what I did here is, I just compute kasi ito ang isang napakababa. And then, mayroon siyang walang value na dalawang mataas hanggang doon. So, sineparate ko siya para makuha. So, 20, kalahati noon, kung hindi ko na muna isasama itong maliit, 20, 30, 40, 50. So, by 10 doon. Eh, paano ito? Mayroong kalahati dito. 20. So, 25 plus 5, 30. Okay? So, 20, 25 sa mas mababa na graticule plus 5, 30. Eh, ito naman, pantay siya yung mga graticule niya. So, ibig sabihin, from 30 plus 10, 40 plus 10, 50. So, bawat graduation ay equivalent sa 10. Paano naman dito nagkaroon ng 100? 50 plus 50 na isang graduation na itong mahaba is equivalent to 100. Okay? So, kahit hindi na natin i-compute, obviously, yun po ang susunod na number. And then from 100, paano siya naging 500? So, 100 plus 400, ibig sabihin, isang guhit na ito na graduation na itong napakahaba is equivalent to 400. Kaya, nagkaroon siya ng value na 400. Yun ang kulang niya doon sa, para mabuo yung 500, eh, meron ng 100, kaya 400 yung value. And then, infinite. Indication of infinite sa resistance might be an error that cannot be read by the multimeter. The range is very high, or the resistance is already very high, or walang reading, kaya walang deflection, hindi gumalaw ang needle. Okay. So, let us try dito sa naka-pointer, naka-deflect ng needle as given dyan sa illustration. Let us use times 1. So, the reading, the needle pointed to 0.5. So, times 1. So, you're going to compute 0.5 times 1. So, the answer is 0.5. Okay, how about kung ginamit natin yung times 10? So, 0.5 times 10, ang value niyan ay 5. Okay, 5. So, 5, 0.5 multiplied by yung range position mo kunwari ay nasa times 10, ang value niyan ay magiging 5. How about 0.5 yung tinuturo ng needle, yung range position natin ay times 1,000. So magiging siyang 500 ang value na nito. Okay? Actual reading. So ang pinopointer dyan ay 0.5 pero yung range position mo ay 1,000, your actual reading will be 500. How about pinalit natin yung range position doon sa times 10,000. So, to get that, nandun pa rin tayo sa pino-point out ng needle, yung 0.5 times 10,000. So, ang magiging value niyan, actual reading ay 5,000. Okay, so ganun lang po kadali ang pagbasa ng scale paggamit ng ohmmeter. Okay? So, let's go now to reading of voltage. So, sir, pag-read naman ng voltage, in either ways, AC or DC, as long as you identified kung alternating current yung i-measure mo or direct current yung i-measure mo. Okay. So, for example, DC, kasi usually sa DC natin ginagamit sa electronics. Range position, 10. Paano natin babasahin sa scale? 10. Ilan yung pino-point out dyan? So, kinompute ko na ito. Paano ko din na compute ito? Yung divided by. Ito kasi magkakapareho sila. Magkakapareho ng pagkakahati-hati dito. If you observe, pare-pareho silang ng pagkakahati yung graticule. Pare-pareho yung maiiksi, pare-pareho yung mahahaba. So what I did is, kung range position natin ay 10, doon sa 10, binilang ko kung ilang number of graticule or our number of graduation, rather, meron tayo. Okay, number of graduation. 10 divided by number of graduation, total number of graduation. So kung bibilangin natin ito, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. So 10 divided by 50, 0.2. Okay? So, equivalent siya sa 0.2. So, hindi ko na siya sinunod yung formula na higher base number minus lower base number kasi kinuha ko na yung total number of graduation kasi pare-pareho naman sila. Walang magkakaiba doon sa bawat division. Okay? So, kung 0.2, ibig sabihin, bawat graduation dyan ay equivalent sa 0.2. So, if the range position is 10, dito tayo titingin sa 10. Ito, 10, 8, 6, 4, 1, 0. Itong 1 na to, inad ko na lang ito. Kasi wala dyan indicator. Blanco yung indication. So, naglagay ako ng indication dyan. Sinulatan ko. Okay. So, kung 0.2 yan, direct na tayo doon sa pinopoint ng needle. So, from 8 hanggang pang-apat na graduation. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Pang-apat na graduation. So 8 plus 0.2, 8.2 plus 0.2, 8.4 plus 0.2, 8.6 plus 0.2, 8.8. So kung sa 10 ang range natin, ayan ang pino-point out ng needle, ang value niyan class ay 8.8. Bakit nagkaroon ng 8.8? Kasi may apat na graduation na mayroong 0.2 ang value per graduation. So, ganun lang po kadali ang pagbasa sa scale kung voltahe na ang pag-uusapan. How about sa range position sa 50? So, the same formula, 50, the higher base number, divided by the total number of graduation na nandito. So, 50 divided by 50 is equal to 1. So, ibig sabihin, per graduation is equivalent to 1. So, kaya magkakaroon tayo dyan, dito tayo magbabasa sa 50 kasi yun ang range position natin doon sa selector knob. So, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5, 0. So, kung 1 ang bawat graduation, bilangin natin. Tama ba? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Correct? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Correct. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 ang kalahati. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, correct. And so on. Hanggang makarating kayo doon sa 50. Okay, since yan po ang pointer, naka-point na naman naka-point pa rin sa pang-apat na graduation. So, dito tayo titingin sa 50 kasi range position nga natin ay 50. So, 40 plus 1, 41, 42, 43, 44. So, kung range position ay 50, ang value niyan ay 44. Kasi mayroon pa siyang apat na graduation. Okay, what if ang range position natin ay nandoon sa 250? Okay, the same formula na ginamit ko. 250 divided by total number of graduation, which is 50. So, 250 divided by 50 is equal to 5. Ibig sabihin, bawat number ng graduation ay equivalent to 5. So, let us see kung tama. So, sa 250, dito tayo titingin sa range position natin ay 250. Dito rin tayo titingin sa 250. 200, 150, 150, 0. Yung 25, in-add ko na lang din ulit yan para may reference. Excuse me. So, 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. 25, 30, 35, 40. 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Okay, correct. Then, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Okay, correct. Hanggang plus 5, plus 5, plus 5 yan, hanggang makarating tayong 150, plus 5, plus 5, plus 5, hanggang makarating tayo ng 200, and so on. So, dito lang tayo tingin muna, sa 200, in between 200 and 250. Since alam na natin na ang bawat value ng graduation ay 5. So, kung 250 yan, mayroon pa tayong apat na graduation. Diba? 250 yung range position natin. So, from 200, mayroon pa tayong apat na graduation. So, 200 plus 5, 205, plus 5, 210, plus 5, 215, plus 5, 220. Okay? So, kung range position daw natin ay 50 sa voltahe, kung ang bawat graduation ay 5, ang pointer natin nag-point out doon sa pang-apat na graduation mula sa 200, ibig sabihin 220 ang reading natin dyan. Okay? So how about 1,000? Sa range position natin sa voltage kung 1,000. Wala naman tayong 1,000 dyan sa scale. Okay. So dito po tayo magbabasa sa 10. So there is a formula for that, but I will not discuss anymore about the formula kung paano natin kinuha yon. Basta dito tayo sa reference natin muna sa 10. So 10 will be 1,000. 8 will be 800, 600, 400, 200, 100, then 0. 0. So ibig sabihin, if that is the case, every graduation is equivalent to 20. Okay, so let us see. 20 plus 20, 40, plus 20, 60, plus 20, 80, plus 20, 100. Okay, so ang 1 dyan is equivalent to 100, plus 20 plus 20, 200, plus 20 plus 20 plus 20, and so on. 400, 600, 800 until we reach 1,000. So if that is the case, ang range position natin nasa 1,000, yung needle natin naka-point out 8 plus 4 na graduation. So 800 plus 20, 820 plus 20, 840 plus 20, 860 plus 20, 880. Meaning to say, ang actual reading natin dito, pag binasa natin ay 800. Kasi sabi natin, kung sa 1,000, ang 10 ang magiging 1,000. Okay, other numbers na nandito, magiging 800, 600, 400, 200, 100, 0. So, 800 plus 4 na graduation, which is ang bawat graduation daw is equivalent to 20 per graduation. So, ang value na nababasa natin, kung range position natin ay 100, ay 880. Okay, so that will be all for my discussion about reading the scale. I hope you learned from my discussion. Thank you and God bless.